Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. Apparently, I thought I had finished this book. It's Only Me, Tony Miles. It's Only Me was Tony Miles' online playing name. And it is quite incredible that Tony Miles' career was so short-lived. He was the first Grandmaster in the United Kingdom. $115 games? What? 100? No. Some of these are fragments. Is that why? I only have 99 games in my file. He has a very short game against Grandmaster Anatoly Weiser that is 21 moves long. Very interesting. Alright, well, this 400 Course Noise 400 best games. Music seems to be a little loud. So we're going to turn it down just a little bit. Perhaps I should check to see what we need to accomplish today. Let's see here. In our opening book, remember we are still going for a GTO strategy across the board on this stream that is sponsored by Chess Informant. Please check out the link at the bottom of that description. So let's see here. I think I've played a couple of C3s, maybe 3. What are we up to here? Player? Oh, I need to change. Indexing 25 other players, great. So, E3 is 270. F4, we need 5 more. I've already played a C3 for the day. So we're on our way with C3. I believe we've gotten 2 C3s in. I lost yesterday with C3. I need 3 more. According to this, I need 5 more F4s. I don't know if I should put that on the list. Let's check it out. Knight H3, C3, G3. A3, 225 or 265. F4 is not on my roster, but we'll put it on the roster. F4 at 475. How about that? I'm always in the mood for F4. And C4 is at 505. Against D4. Just a reminder. What? Master Dojo is black. It says I have 76 D5s, but here it says 73. I'm not sure which is correct. Knight C6, we're at 20. What? We got it all cut up? So we no longer need H6. It says we have 11. What? Oh, that's against E4. Silly me. So we do have 76 against D4. Oh. So we do have 73. 8-6 against E4. Yeah, we're all zeroed out. We need B6, A6. I think we got a second G5 in yesterday. Reload. As black. Doesn't register the G5s yet, but I believe we got 2 G5s in yesterday, but I'm not entirely positive. Let's make sure that we're not up yet. Alright, good. Senor Yaps is still playing. So, we do need 9 more Sicilians? No. E5, 407. Knight F6, I guess we're not worried about that one. We're just trying to round these ones out that we can round out. G6. It's not on my roster. I only have the bottom of the roster down here for E4. So, F5? Really? We need one more F5? That's terrible. It's a hard time believing that. Against D4 as black. We definitely have 96 F5s, 76 D5s, 45 D6s, 11 8-6s. And I won with one F6. What? How did I do that? F6 on the first move? Are we sure that was me? Wow. F6 as black. 1. And we're 100% with black. And we're off. So against E4, what can we do the quickest here? Super Mickey. What does Super Mickey indeed do for? Knight C6. Let's get one on the books for Knight C6. Oh no, that wasn't an option against E4. I'm looking at my D4s. Darn it. Now we have Knight C6. We're going to play the Vienna game.
Mad Keek Chess said, I was hoping for where defense. Mad Keek Chess.
Is the where defense, is that the one that was being worked with in The Well-Heeled King? Was he doing that one yesterday?
Mad Keek Chess said, a 5 where?
F5. Oh, A5. What is the one with E4, F5? I'm just going to grab the space. And see if my opponent is up to this task. Can't believe we're playing black here. Can anyone really believe we're playing black here? It actually looks like we're playing white. Let's just take a look at the developing moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 moves for white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 moves for black.
F5 Fred defense trying to remember secondary name. Mad Keek Chess said, Dura's Gambit.
Yes, the Dura's Gambit. Let's isolate his pawn on e4. Remove the defender of d4. Do I really want to help him?
Mad Geek Chess said, "So you went to Vegas or not yet?"
No, not yet, unfortunately. I am somewhat grounded by some personal circumstances, unfortunately. I do not know what else to say. Let's see if we can get his queen onto d3.
Mad Geek Chess said, "I just cancelled flight hotel today."
I lost a bishop. You did? For the 29th? Why did you cancel? That's unfortunate.
Mad Geek Chess said, "On more than 10k downswing with Vegas Bahamas, time to stop bleeding."
Yeah, I'm in a similar situation, ironically. Not so ironically, actually.
Mad Geek Chess said, "One SEC ad."
I need someone to gift him and what in the world is going on here, folks? First things first, let's threaten to threaten. I'm still hanging my bishop, but I'm going to take a pawn. Did I get a pawn out of this deal? I'm trying to get 2 pawns out of this deal.
Chess said, "Okay, past ad."
I'm trying to get past myself. So far, my opponent has been relatively blind. But wait a minute. Oh, because you're a moderator, you have the speech chat. We need a membership though for Mad Quick Chess. Yeah. Let's do a reloading so I can see who's actually in the mix over here. How's he defending this? Do I take first? How many times am I attacking that? One. All right, fine. I will tickle. Just maybe. Can't believe how much he had queen to c4 check, not seeing the basic tactic, and he is 1838. It's quite crazy. This pawn is weak. I'm not happy about my pawn being weak. My bishop is a little weak. This square and this diagonal is a little weak. This square, very weak. He finally played it. However, first things first. Should I take care of the e5 pawn hanging? Now let's just attack the rook. And then We'll take care of this particular instance. Not sure how he's going to do this. Knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. Is this hanging? That's hanging. This is hanging. Arg! Can't make up my mind. There are too many good options here. Only this rook is not in. So let's try to improve that one. My pieces are all disjointed. And now for something completely different. Now that his knight doesn't have that square. I was indeed expecting him to at least threaten me. So Andrew, how are we going to get to Vegas on a budget? That's what the story is. What the story is. I couldn't make any arrangements either. It was very annoying, to say the least. Wow. So he was preparing that? But what about this? The knight is hanging, right? My knight's hanging, his knight's hanging, we're all hanging together. Probably could have saved my knight first and taken with the knight. That could have been better. But at least now, we are somewhat covered. And now for something completely different. What is he planning on? Alrighty. So let's see, this move, that move, here a move, there a move. So he's planning on check. Rook takes, queen e4 check. Perhaps. Yes, yes, we did expect that. I did somewhat expect that. Now, is he going to do this for reals? Rook takes check. This is going to lead to a little bit of personal embarrassment. Rook takes check. He's attacking my queen. That is fascinating. So let's not let him attack my queen. Then we remove as a defender. Multiple ways of removing a defender there. What was that defense? Did I actually play knight c6? Darn it. I actually have a knight c6. So we're at 21 knight c6s. Grr. Darn it. We've got a lot of work cut out for us now. Blasé. So against knight c6, people have played knight f3, and black has won every game in that particular instance. I'm not a big fan of knight f3. I don't understand what knight f3 is all about. I am a big believer in d4. There's absolutely nothing wrong with d4. And e5 is the logical answer. It's in this position that we have to actually think about gambiting a piece. No? Yes? Maybe so? Maybe so? Yes? No? Maybe so? Maybe so? I've won 2 out of 3 by giving away a piece. None of the moves has been the logical knight and g to e7, knight on c to e7. d5 is supposed to be the best move. But after e5, I really don't like these positions. I think white's advantage is much greater than 0.5, than a half a pawn. Let's refer to them in fractions. How about that? 3/5 of a pawn is 60%. What is 67% in fractions? Alexa, what is 67% in fraction?
67% as a fraction is 67 100ths.
Yeah, no kidding. That didn't tell me a whole lot. How are we doing here? Charles numero uno, tearing away with the tournament. At least he made a move before he left. I was worried that this was one of those he forgot that he was in the tournament losses. "21 today on Alan Turing's birthday. If anybody, you know what? In honor of his birthday, I think I'm going to watch... What is the name of the movie with Benedict Cumberbatch? Alexa, what is the Alan Turing movie with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Sure. Here are some results.
That didn't help. The Imitation Game. That's the problem with having an echo show. The echo show shows you your answer instead of reading it out to you. It's like having an Bovine tuberculosis. Oh, and then he named the machine Christopher, right? After Christopher Morecambe. Morecambe's death was the cause of... Oh, I see. Trinity and Kings. Cambridge University. I've never really been to Cambridge. I have to decide on my wife's and my planned trip this year together. That is the other reason why I decided to relocate and readjust funds toward something a little bit more personal rather than selfish. Let's see if we've caught up yet. Alexander, the recent games, as black. It should show up right here. The most recent games should show up right here, but the last time I played Knight C6 was in January. Bollocks. So against D4. So we're playing Knight C6 against everything, I guess, for the next 9 games. How are we doing against C4 with Knight C6? We've only got 1 game with Knight C6. Alright, fair enough. This is me as black, right? Yes. Let's do it, folks. Let us do it. And black is better. Bishop C5 right away, I did consider that. King H8 should have been played, to be honest. Because I literally put the bishop on a square where it should be taken by the queen and I'm dead lost. So of course, queen to D6, queen to E7. Any move other than the move that I played, which allows a clear advantage, decisive advantage for white. Still, now queen to C4 is relegated. Yeah, that was actually a good move. Knight to B4, I found it. Knight takes C2, I found it. E takes F4, I found it. B5 I considered, but I didn't really want to do anything without having this rook behind this pawn to be able to push it through. B5, knight E5, knight E3. Bishop takes E3, D takes E3. And am I really threatening this? I really wanted bishop takes knight to E3, bishop takes E3 with threats to the F4 pawn. So now if I play B5, this was more along the lines of what I wanted. But I didn't like this idea, yeah. That was why I didn't want to shove it to d3. Was this really the best move, or was knight f6? Knight f6 was a better move. Knight e5 could have been troublesome. Let's make sure our tournament hasn't started yet. Oh no! I didn't move. I can redeem myself this tournament. Is that Mazzolate's first win against me? Where is he? Mazzolate, where are you, buddy? We are 1 follower away from 5 gifted subs. If you are watching and have not yet followed, now is your time to follow and say hello. Please follow and please say hello. Was bishop f2 really a good move? Wasn't the best move. Even though the computer is not critical of it, doesn't mean that it's okay. Bishop f2. Rook g5. Knight e3. And I should have gone with knight f5, indeed. The knight is invincible because of pawn takes queen. For whatever reason, I didn't see that piece coordination. I am not studying enough. Yesterday, I did not get to study enough.
Four raiders from
So now we're trapped in Fish's mind, battling his own
Ash Diana, how are you? Good morning. How was your stream?
My brains tend to scrambled egg.
I used to have a very, very good friend named Deanna. She lived in Monroe, New York, just above Woodbury Common. Not quite Westchester, but across the river. How are you, Ash Deanna? How was your stream? Were you streaming chess? Yes, you were. So on my stream, I apologize to everyone here. I know that's a small crowd, but I am FIDE trainer and National Master John MacArthur, of roughly Eastern European and Scottish descent. I will make it to New Zealand in the near future. It's such a long plane ride that I have not yet made that endeavor. But I am following a little bit of a GTO strategy where I'm playing every first move that I possibly can. So for example, in this particular instance, against e4 as black, I do have to get my French defenses up. Have you played over the board chess as well, Deanna? Should I call you Deanna? Or should I call you Ashley? District Attorney for DA backwards. But it really doesn't matter what move you make on the first move. It absolutely does not matter. How are you holding up on your chess journey? You have to have fun with it. I hope I'm already following you. I am not. What's up with that? Well, I fixed that. I remedied that, Deanna. I thought I was following you. I've definitely seen you before. I'm not entirely sure why I wasn't following you. but we have fixed it. Among other things. Yeah, you're part of the Commonwealth, no? Isn't New Zealand part of the Commonwealth country list? It may or may not have national health care like Australia. The United States is the only one really with terrible health care. So for you, it is about 2:30 in the morning. I hope you don't have to work tomorrow. It is 2:30 in the morning on the 24th of June for Ash, or Deanna. But namaste. You'll also get another shout out in the closing credits should we do it. But I run tournaments every single day, by the way. It's part of a daily form of discipline. I'm not a huge fan of Chess.com, only because of the Carlson-Neiman gate. Hans Niemann went to my school. He was a senior. He graduated in 2019 from our school. Is that right? No, not 2019. I'm sorry. He came to our school in 2019. He graduated in 2022. We had an outdoor graduation post-COVID. It worked out well on Randall's Island. I'm in Manhattan, or I was in Manhattan at that time for the graduation. COVID forced me to buy a house in the suburbs near JFK. So Kingslayer Sloan, by the way, Ash Deanna, is also perhaps not in your neck of the woods. I'm trying to think of where he is. He is having some computer issues. He's on a backup computer at the moment. It is cool. Do you have a Lee Chess account as well? He's in Dunedin. Dunedin sounds like one of those places in The Lord of the Rings, appropriately enough. It is on my list, as I am planning my anniversary trip with my wife. But I am looking for a collaborator, perhaps in a temporary version of the podcast. I don't know if he can get the podcast out, if we can do it. Chess Chopin has been nowhere to be seen in the French Bishop Chesscast. All the connections are here. It's really a low-key chess cast that we just do for fun. I don't know if you thought about it, but I could definitely use another New Zealand accent while... although I shouldn't say that. I don't know you that well. You might curse up a storm or something, and that could bring in viewership, which would be terrible. So do you stream chess every day, once a month, once a week? What's up? I didn't get to check out your profile just yet. I don't know if it's up on my main screen to the right. I am going to bring it up on the main screen to the right. You just started. Wow. How long ago did you get your affiliate? I definitely had not seen you before. I assumed that I had seen you before, but I'm just wrong. So we run Swiss systems for the most part. And the Swiss system format allows me to be able to see other people's games, analyze my own, and everything while the tournament goes on. In this particular setup, we have the triangle system. Personally, I recommend E4, just busting the center wide open against this triangle system. There's no reason to allow f5 because our knight's already on c3. For example, in this particular case, black can play the move f5, going into a stonewall Dutch where we have both knight already on c3 and a pawn already on c4. He does, but he doesn't necessarily curse as much in the podcast. That is true. But he's a good fellow. He's the one who posts most of the stuff, so without the backup computer, I was debating one of three things. A, this was a really good overworking move because this pawn is being attacked several different ways. And now the pawn structure is rather tragically. And now the knight on d7 is being attacked with. So in this particular case, bishop takes h7 check, queen takes d7. Also removes the defender of the bishop, so if they try bishop takes f3, we might even be able to play rook takes c5 and come across. This looks very dangerous. Our game might be starting now. 5 plus 5 is a luxurious amount of time. And as white, I'm trying to get in c3. Oh no. Now you've completely discredited yourself by telling me that the podcast is good. That's it. That's it. Anyway, let's see. I do receive messages both on the Discord and through social media, but rarely on Twitter, which I just saw that you were on. Let me just throw the Discord out here, just so that you might be able to DM me that way, and we can coordinate. I am the same under TikTok as well as Master Chess Dojo. No, Deviatity. Where are you? Let's message him. Let him know that he's got a game. You don't get any notifications in the Swiss system, so people have to pay attention to the tournament. They can't drift in and out. And I am supposed to use Kingslayer Sloan's club on Cheesecom, but I just can't bring myself to do it. All of those, for anyone else who's listening, all of those experiences that Kramnik noted, I have long since suspected of having, whether or not I do my Windows updates. Alright, so we're playing a C3 Sicilian. I have not gotten in enough C3 Sicilians. I am going to blast our opponent appropriately on the white squares. Let's mark down C3. We need 2 more C3s today. How am I going to get 2 more C3s on the first move today? Moment of truth. We're going to get this in. I believe that black had to play something else, but I don't know what it would have been. We're going to find out. How close is this to the real thing? Did he have d5? Can I just play it that way? No, we're going to play it a little bit differently. We are going to play it just a little bit differently. I want to get castled. So we're going to have to blast the center and return the pawn. So let's see here. Knight takes d5, bishop takes d7, king e7. Knight e4. Knight f4. Castle's kingside. Queen takes d7, queen takes a5. This king doesn't belong on e7. That's all there is to it. Maybe I can blast him with d4 in the middle of that. Let's look at bishop takes b5, check. Bishop takes b5, queen takes b5, check. Knight to d7. And everything seems to be held together by a stick of margarine. My knight on g5 is not really hanging. That was interesting. Knight takes. And so again, my knight on g5 is not really hanging because the knight on a5 is there. So let us blast the center as we predicted. This is what we intended on doing. Blasting, blasting, blasting. And also because I want my queen to come back on any b5 adventures and support the central pawn. So we're going to try to keep this pawn supported with the pawn and the queen to d1 on b5. And we'll have queen to f3 in a multi-directional threat, hopefully, at some point. Knight to e6 is also tempting, as it was tempting last move. Probably could have played that move last move as well. Magnus Carlsen has played something similar.
Dark Blade said, came in late but welcome to the Raiders.
Dark Blade, how are you? You were in the Duras Gambit. How did you fare in that? How did you fare in that? The Raiders, by the way, in case you or anyone who has come in since has not had a chance to follow, came from Ash Deanna, who has returned to streaming after some time.
Dark Blade said, I got second place was ABT to get
your
first,
last
but the arena finished before the win.
Your last game did not count, apparently. We're just going to keep up the pressure on c5 or on d6. That was the real intention behind knight e4, was to play d6. That was the real intention between d6. f5, knight to g5. Let's not forget our intended goal of finishing our opening and trying to keep his king in the center. f5, bishop g5. Knight f6, bishop g5. Oh, we've got c5 for our knight after this. Just going to keep centralizing. Whoa. That's craziness. That's
Dark
craziness.
Blade said, by the way, Sensei, why didn't you play yesterday if you had time to lurk?
Do I have time to learn? Do I? Do I really? If I had time to lurk, no, I was actually playing, I was actually working on my Chessable book. I think it was quite clear that I was working on my Chessable book. Yeah, let's go this way. Only because everything else is covered. I think that one's got to go in the book, by the way. That last position has to go in the book.
Dark Blade said, "Good night, Ashdiana."
Ashdiana, wait, did she just follow? She must be already following, because we need only one more follow, by the way, to reach our 5 gifted subs. Interestingly enough. Hold the phone here. She is not getting, as it turns out, the full benefits of the TTS as a non-subscriber.
Thanks for subscribing.
So when we get our next follower, we're going to give out 4 community gift subs. We're going to put Ashdiana to work. On her game, that is. Ba-dum-bum. Where are my positions database? There it is. Wait. Not this position, silly. This position. Moving pieces to attack backwards is one of the awkward moments of everything to a certain extent.
Ashdiana said, "Aw, thank you so much."
There you go. Now I know when you're leaving and when you're coming. I think I'm already in your Discord server. Let's make sure of this here. It did not ask me to join.
Said, "By the way, Sensei, I might get in my local chess club this summer."
I've definitely followed you before. It's possible that you were the unfortunate victim of a "how many streamers haven't been around in so long" purge that when happened. I apologize, Ashdiana. Basically, there were so many people that quit streaming in the advent of IRL that we lost out quite a bit. All right, 2 more. 1 more C3. Can I do it this way? No, I'm going to go with F4. We're going to play a reversed Dutch classical variation. That's what we're going to do. This is a very weak square. Lured him in. I did. I lured him in. Could have also tried something else. But A4, H takes, H takes.
Said, "ISNT that backwards E pawn bad go."
Yeah, but the backwards E pawn cannot be attacked. That is the cool part, the cool beans of it all. Is that the backwards E pawn cannot be assaulted in any way. You're really after this? Fine. And now we have a very natural pawn break. F7 is much weaker than my e-pawn, let's put it that way. Really? You're gonna go there? Do I wish to do anything like that? Nah, I want the pawn for free. I want anything on this square for free.
I was about to say you can't play e4 and you said you'd do it, haha.
Alright, so now takes, and the bishop has to move, right? He took a bishop, I took a knight. He takes a rook. Permanent weakness over here on the A3 square. We'll check out. I didn't get if Deanna had a Lee Chess account as well, or if she is a dedicated chess.com streamer. Oh, I forgot that I'm playing. I really did forget that I'm playing the Ariel Zamora, who beat me last time.
Darkblade said, "Isn't this a poor exchange? Takes bh3 no."
One might think that. So therefore, I'm debating on whether or not I wish to take on this square and ruin his king side, but he's got pawn takes. Yep, we're going for it. As long as his pieces stay on their side of the channel, it's okay by me. Takes. As long as his pieces stay on their side, Let's just keep opening up these lines while we can.
Dark Blade said, "Do you think this is better for white for real though?"
Do I need to think that it's better for white for real though? I'm not down a piece, am I? Am I down a piece? No, I don't think it's better for white at all. Not at all. I just needed to interfere with that bishop for just one look.
Dark Blade
Just one moment.
said, "I mean material-wise it's -4.
It's -4. Knight takes. I'm not really looking at material. That much is true. All right, I admit it. I might be out of gas here. Knight takes, bishop takes.
Dark Blade said, "Also, why didn't he black take twice? Am I missing something?"
I don't know. But I am running out of steam here. That's a pretty good move. Am I down a whole rook? He's coming in, ladies and gentlemen. So now, king up, rook check, king up, rook pins. I've got nothing.
Dark Blade said, "Wait, am I blind or what? Rook could just take the knight." No.
Oh yeah. Oh no. It's worse than I thought. It is worse than I thought. I actually thought he was going to do something similar differently. Ariel Zamora's gotten me twice in a row now. It's crazy. No, he didn't get me twice in a row. I was pretty sure that he got me twice in a row. Let's look up here. Oh no, I can't see it still? How about if this is below the line? Will it show it above the grade? There we go. So it won't try to show it below. This is today's game. Yes, he did get me 2 times in a row. He got me with that one too. He set up a very nice mate. All right, fair enough. Let us return to the scene of this crime. Type private notes here. Type not so private notes here. Too bad you can't keep notes on the opponent. See, private notes should be on the opponent. He misled me with such a terrible position. Right? Like, I think I am actually completely in the driver's seat at some point here. Maybe right here. G4. E4 was best. Oh, queen to B3? I don't know. I feel like G4 was a pretty good move. And if I start capturing on E4 and play queen C2, or just play F5. Ah, I can play F5 right away. This is the shot. I play F5 right away. Got it. Then I'm threatening both of these moves with the idea of the fork, especially if this happens. I could see myself playing FG6 here. We'll do the learn from your mistakes randomness later. Let's see, are we caught up with the C3s? 218. We should be at 219. So only caught up to earlier this morning. I think Stefano was my first C3 of the day. So there should be 2 C3s after that.
You were 6 at some point.
I was +6, yeah. Oh, really? Even later on? Let's make sure that we don't miss a game like we did earlier. All right, Charles numero uno. What do we need to play here? Against E4. Yes, we are playing knight C6 as advertised. We are at 22. So let's see. How do we get him here?
Darkblade said, "Your sacrifice didn't work, but then the opponent threw when he took on G7.
Ah, thank you, Darkblade. Well, that's interesting.
Darkblade said, "I'll be off to get my coffee. See you later, sensei."
Enjoy your studies, though, Darkblade. Enjoy your studies. The most important thing is definitely to enjoy your studies. Interesting. What do I wish to do with him? Let's cover our tracks over here on these squares at least. Interesting. B5, knight A5. B5, knight E7. And now for something completely interesting. And now do we counterattack? Or do we just ignore? We're bobbing and a weaving, ladies and gentlemen. Just bobbing and a weaving. Uh-oh. Now we want the E file. The E5 square. Really? So he's giving me the E5 square. He's got to take with the pawn. Now he can take with the queen with check. That's clever. Really? Time to reallocate some of our forces here. Yes. Let's see here. Bummer. I missed the boat on that one, didn't I? I did, didn't I? Dominating his knight? Maybe. So, the moment of truth. Takes. Ruh-roh. King F3 would be bad. That was crazy chaos. We achieved our goal of crazy chaos, but it was really bad for us. I was really worse in that position. There's no doubt in my mind that I was worse in that position. Just how much worse, though? So apparently it got worse for him here. This all I felt good about. D6, maybe not so great. So here I felt I was up a piece, but he always has to break here. I just need to be able to capture on H3 when that happens. And I didn't have my bishop. Yeah, I don't understand completely why we didn't just develop. While he still had this bishop blocked off, all he had to do was play a little bit of normal chess, and I think I'm in trouble. A knight on b to d2. Yes, I might play knight e6. But I might not. I'm not sure where my knight's going from the square e6. Maybe I don't know where his knight's going on the square. That's true too. So in any event, I did think that d5 was coming. I anticipated d5. And queen d7 wasn't necessary. I could have just played knight back to d7 and threatened his pawn. Wow. Unveil. After all, my queen is better than his queen, and I get to keep him from playing g3. But suddenly I pop up to +3, and I missed rook to e1, the immediate rook to e1. And on rook to b3, then knight to c5, and I don't have to worry about anything. So I ended up taking. Oh, I can play that.
Hello there. Hello there.
He's got no squares. He has no squares, and if he plays knight to c3, I play rook takes. Silly me. No words. Namaste. How are you? We just had a raid by the ever so lovely Ashtiana from Rogan Joe Sloan land. No words. We kept him from getting even higher, but he did finish nicely in third place. That was good. Danish Gambit Arena. How come they never have an under 2200? Oh my god, my bullet is under 2000. What? They shouldn't let me join in this. But the good news is, I cannot, I repeat, I cannot now this one I'll play e6 against. So I believe we need one more c3. This is crazy that our bullet is under 2000, but we deserve it. Is this absolute madness or what? Let's just pretend. Like we can continue to do this. He got me. He got me with a couple of checks, that's true. Deservedly so. Got me with a couple of checks. 4 minutes left. So we need one more C3, then we'll do a little bit of an assessment. Damage control. And now I couldn't move fast enough. This is a good place for me. I belong under 2000. That much is true. So that should have been our last C3. We cannot play another game after this with C3. Well, that worked out. Let's just do a quick check as white if we've caught up on the C3s. That should be the last C3, yes. So the next one that we need to work on is G3. C'est la vie. One plus one? What? Let's check our messages to make sure that we do have a lesson coming up. Let's just do a quick peek at a few of these. A 1+1 arena. That's like not bullet at all. One more follower for 5 gifted subs if you've not yet followed. And to sub on YouTube as well. We do need another sub on YouTube. For 505. Hey Alexa, what area code is 505?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, area code 505 covers northwestern New Mexico, including Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and Farmington.
New Mexico. For everyone in other countries, it's +1 505. They are experiencing heavy rain, flash flooding. What happened in Farmington, New Mexico?
On May 15, 2023, a mass shooting occurred in Farmington, New Mexico, United.
Ouch. Let's not do that one. So we did miss out briefly. We finished 130th with how many games? Oh man. So I lost to guys that I should beat, and I could only beat guys that are like 800 points below me. So as black, we're at 23 against E4. We need 2 D5s. No, we need 7 D5s to round that one out. 3 E5s. One plus one. What? Reload? No, back. That's not the one we're in. We're in the jettisonable one for the noobs. So we need 3 E5s. These should be like 3-minute games, 1 second increment. And the winner is C4. I need 3 D5s. Where was he? My opponent's having some connection issues. I lost a pawn. Why would I do that? Why would I lose a pawn like that? It's rather sad. Where are you going? What does it all mean? Ba-da-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-da-dum. Dum, dum, da-da-da-da-dum. Well, that was interesting. Probably a national master should not be allowed in under sections. What do you think, everybody? So as white, we need no more C3s. We're working on G3 now. So now bishop takes, pawn takes. And now for something completely different. Check. And now wow. So that was G3 as white. We've achieved our 2 passed pawns, 2 or more files apart. Oops, we really had to do that, huh? I don't remember what that was. That was an E3 D5. That does not count. So we're on to G3. Whoops. That's a bummer. Oops. What? Yeah. That was another G3 at least. 1 minute. So against d4, we're getting another knight c6 in. And now for something completely different. Really? Where are you going? We got a knight c6 in. Let's do this. Alright, everybody. I need to bring this stream to a close. Unfortunately. Oh, g3, bishop g2. f4, knight f3. d3, castles. Let's see here. We are.
This one was super bad.
I see your picture.
Yeah, I'm just trying to end my stream really quickly. If you are not able to hear me, that's the reason why. Sorry. Can I do this? Let's do this. That.
GG 41, great result. 10 minutes till the beginning of and I see that people are joining Simply Divina's Discord. So
I was worried about that. I'm
a lot of. I think that it's a man. A
What?
man joined. So he's the one from Chess Graph who's going to participate.
sorry. 1 second as I
Yeah.
copy.
And we're going to play against each other. In this event.
Yep.
No. No, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Also no.
1
I'm
second.
not focused. I'm not focused. I'm thinking right
Where
now
are
about
you?
the upcoming event.
I'm not in any of the studies.
All right.
I'm just in studies, I think.
Check me.
Yeah, you're here.
Check.
C'est la vie.
Fix. Check.
All right. Randomly. Thank you, everyone. Cheers and ciao. Talk to you soon. Let's get that last random credit in. Sorry, Leo.
So,
Now what?
I attempted to play in an arena. Thank you for the raid, Ashtiana. Thank you for the gift subscription, gift anonymouser.
Check.
Cheers and ciao.
Push, 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 push.
Do you want me to